guys, thank you for tuning into my video. I hope you guys are ready to learn some new tricks. Today I accomplished my everyday makeup routine and I recorded for you guys, so hopefully you can get some tips and some techniques down for this. It's a very quick routine. I take about 30 minutes or less to do this makeup look, and it's full glam, but it's very quick. It's very easy to do. And it's not as much makeup, so you don't go out looking crazy. This is more of a natural yet still glammy look that anyone can really achieve if they, take the time out to practice and have some patience and try new things. So I kind of try to use some inexpensive products. Some products are not inexpensive or drugstore, but I did try to include some inexpensive suggestions or recommendations in place of those products that I used. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you did, please go ahead and like this video just to let me know that you learned something or what have you. And I'll try to add some more makeup videos into my YouTube videos so that I can share my expertise tips with you all. And thank you so much for tuning in. Keep watching to get this full makeup look down packed. Okay, so once I prime my face, I go in with my foundation. And usually when I do, my full face look, I actually go in with color correction to get like the size of my mouth and my spots and my other discolored areas. But since this is a quick routine, I'm just gonna go straight in with foundation. And this is NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. And I really like this because it is pretty full coverage and it's inexpensive. It's in the shade Mahogany. This is a little warm for me, but I'm going to balance that out with my concealer, my highlighting concealer. So it's okay. So when I do my everyday look, I kind of focus the foundation to be on the outer areas of my face because that's where I need the coverage. In the middle of my face, I'm going to use concealer, so I don't really have to put that much foundation in those areas because it's already going to be concealed with concealer. So I'll kind of just do that much, and I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques foundation brush. Dirty, all my stuff is kind of dirty. I didn't wash it yet or clean it yet, but it's okay. So I kind of just bunch that all over my face, focusing of course on my jawline. Since I'm not going to be color correcting, I need more coverage in those areas to cover that discoloration. And make sure you drag it out lightly on the neck. Bring it on the nose. And bring that excess all over. And it's warm for me, but it matches the outer perimeter of my face. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, so I got a little thin layer of foundation. And I know some people who stop right here. This is their makeup. And as you can see from my neck, I am more neutral tone. And this is my neck. I usually test people's concealer shade or their undertone by the shade of their chest, because that's kind of more true tone. And so I'm gonna go in with a concealer that's more matching this shade to go for the inner portions of my face, inner areas of my face. Like the center of my face is going to be highlighted with my undertone, which is more yellow, more neutral tone. And usually I mix my foundations, but for the sake of simplicity, I just use one today. I'm just going to balance that out with my concealer. So I'm going to use Maybelline's Age Rewind concealer, and this was my go-to, y'all. You can see how empty this is. So this is my go-to. And this shade is kind of light for me, but we're going to make it work. Okay. So I go in with a little, and I usually go on the outer. I go all the way up to where I contour. Okay. I'm not going to be too specific on the placement. I'm just going to make sure that it's in the area it needs to be in. And the point of the natural makeup is to kind of go with the same process, but to use less, and I kind of just didn't do that right now, but whatever. I got this from shopmissa.com, and this was $1.50. I actually bought these in bulk because they feel just like the real beauty blender. They're like so soft and cushiony, and they're not like hard and dense like some cheap beauty blenders are. It's like really fabric-y. So we're just going to pat that in. It's damp, of course. Pat in that layer. And see how that matches my chest more? I squeeze it, tap lightly. Make sure those edges are blended. Okay, so I'm actually gonna add a little more to the outer perimeter. I'm actually gonna spray that just to give it some. Okay. So I'm not gonna add any more, even though I kind of want to. This is everyday look, and I'm kind of being a perfectionist because of this video. But really, on everyday basis, I don't care that much. Okay. So now we're gonna conceal, and this for concealer, I'm gonna use my my cream contour. I'm gonna use Flesh's foundation stick in the shade Hazelnut. This isn't necessarily inexpensive, but it's not that expensive. Like, I think it's like $18. I just use it to contour so it'll last long. And I kind of just go on my bone and I rub that in heavy. And I go on my temples and that little socket in between my baby hairs. And I'm gonna go on my bridge of my nose, but I'm gonna go on the edge, kind of overlapping the highlight. And I go in because there is a socket there, and I have hooded eyelids, so I want to bring out the crease. I go all on my jawline. And there, that's how I contour. I'm going to take the bottom of my beauty blender and push this up. Go and just bounce it in because it's thick cream. So I'm just going to bounce it in. It's nice and blended up against the contour and highlight. They're nice and blended together, not interrupting one another, okay? Push up against that bone when you're blending the jawline. Now for the bridge of the nose, so that the size of the nose, I squeeze it. And I bring it down ever so lightly. And I only go push it up against the side. I don't go down. And then I curve it to bend. with the contortions of my face. Okay, so we have successfully highlighted and contoured. So now I am going to go in with setting that, and I always set with my favorite is Makeup Revolution's Banana Luxury Setting Powder. And this shade, literally, I used to have to put on setting powder and then a foundation powder on top, but this powder literally matches my undertone and it gives me coverage while setting my makeup. So I love it. I usually have a palette, but I don't, so I'm just gonna put it on my foundation, my primer. And I'm just gonna tap, 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 a nice light layer. I'm gonna start with my under eyes. And you will see the difference, okay? Remember, evenly, so I always move all around the area just to spread that layer evenly. See that? Okay, so that's my coverage, okay? And that matches my chest. It matches my chest. So I'm gonna put a little on the outside because that's where I get oily. And I like that cheekbone look. Now, because I get laugh lines, I'm going to push this in. Push it in my laugh line, like with intensity. And do a little wiggle to get it all the way in it. Blend out the powder. I'm going to take a little more powder and set that jaw. Okay, so that's pretty much me setting my face. I'm going to use Morphe's powder, bronzer, and blogger. And this shade is very nice and warm and neutral. And I take this angled brush. It's not clean, but this is like the perfect fluffy angled brush. And I got this from Amazon. My mom got me this brush set from Amazon. So put that in there. And I just lightly brush up. Now with the edges of this brush, you see it's kind of squared a little bit, but it's still tapered. I'm just going to take the powder bronzer and just lightly get the edges, both sides, and do the bridge of my nose. Very lightly touch it, because you can easily mess up a nose contour. lightly. I'll go into the brush. Now this is inexpensive, okay? Because this is Beauty Treats. I got this from the beauty supply store. There's another half. I think it came with 12 different shades, but I always go with this one or these two because they're nice and soft for everyday looks. And I'm going to use this brush that I got from Ipsy's, one of Ipsy's bags. And okay, not too much. You gotta make the face, right? Start with the middle of the cheek. Not the front, not the back, the middle. Light circles, just to blend it with the contour. A little on the nose, a little on the chin. Before I get into highlight, I'm actually going to go in with my eyes. And what I do is I'll use my bronzer and I just go ahead and crease out my eyes. And I take this fluffy brush from Morphe, which is N504. I'm just going to go in with that, tap it, and start with the outer corner. When you have hooded eyelids, you want to go in with the outer corner to shape the roundness of the eye. Don't start right here because you'll go out. That's where your skin is going. You want to start at the corner so you can shape where your eyeball is, and it will help guide you. So I go at the corner, especially that's where I want the most product to show where my eye ends. And I go ahead and blend it in with the nose contour. Okay. Then I take this smaller brush from Morphe. It is M321. I'm going to take a little bit, tap it. I love this because it's pointed but still fluffy in a way, and it's perfect for under eye. You want to do bronzer under the eye to give your eye a shadow, so make it look like it's poking out. I have small eyes, so I need something to make my eyes pop out. Wherever you highlight, you want to contour next to it. So I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's making my eye project out more. So that's what I do. Then I go in with this Skin Bright Eyes Iron Enhancing Eyeliner. I always use white or flesh nude tone eyeliners for my waterline because I have small eyes and it helps make my eyes pop. If I use black, it's going to make my eyes shrink. I'm going to get that optical illusion. So now I'm going to go in with highlight, and I always start with a liquid highlight. And today I'm going to use Dermablend's Glow Creator Multi-Use Liquid Highlight. Shake it up. And I use this to just give it like a natural glow, because this is a natural look, right? So squeeze that. I don't know why not when it comes in the drop. I go in a C shape. Very thin layer. Immediately take that and blend it out because I do not want that to dry. Very lightly and in place. Look at that. Go into the brow. Very lightly. I'm tapping so lightly. And I only get highlight at the top of my nose. I don't go all the way down because I use the excess. I use the excess to go down. I contoured here, so I'm going to highlight here. See how that works? Wherever you contour, or wherever you highlight, you contour next to it, and vice versa. But in the most realistic way. Don't be crazy, okay? Okay, even with that, I'm still going to go in with a powder highlight because with this alone, I need something to set it so that it doesn't melt my makeup away. I have oily skin, so I always need to set my makeup with powder to absorb the oil. So I'm going to go in with Shop Miss A's AOA Studio Wonder Baked Highlighter. This was $1. Everything on that website is $1. So it's worth a try. And this highlight's pretty good. Like, it's all you need, especially for everyday highlights. So I'm just going to load the brush up. And I got this brush from Ipsy. Came with the Ipsy bag. So I'm going to go in that C shape. Okay. And one other thing I do, just because I contoured my crease, I'm going to highlight my lid. Okay, and what I do is just take my finger, rub it on my highlight. Simple eyeshadow look, right? Got some on my finger. Look, my hands are dirty. And I just look down, and the ball of my lid, I put the highlight right in the middle. So it's like a fake halo, and I just blend it all the way to where my crease starts. Put it right in the middle. Right on my lid. And when you look down, you can feel the roundness of your lid and where your crease really is. So you kind of just use your finger to work with those contours of your eyeball. But if you focus on the middle, it's going to give the illusion that your eyes bulge if you have hooded eyelids. I mean, it's going to do that if you don't have hooded eyelids, but it's going to help do that more if you have hooded eyelids. Remember, don't go too high. Yeah, so it's giving me a rounded eye shape. So now I'm going to move on to my brows. And my brows are so simple. I have thick brows, so I don't really do much to my brows. But I just add the hairs only where I need them. I don't shape my brows anymore. I do like more of a natural texture brow. So I always go in with some Eco Styler gel. And I go in with a spoolie. And I just get a little bit, just a little bit, a very small amount. I spread it evenly throughout the spoolie. And I brush my brows up, starting with the arch. So you see how it's spiked? That's my brow. So I always go in with I go on with Urban Decay's Brow Blade, and I like it because it has a felt tip side and then it has a pencil side. Okay, so I always start with the felt tip side, and I only go in the tail and just fake some hair strands and just add a tail. Okay, and then I go in the front. And I add some hairs. So this is all I do to my brow. And that's it. Well, I want to pat that in. And I go in with my pencil and just build on that texture. Okay? And that's all I do to my brow. Make it longer. So you see I don't have a tail right here. I use this shade from NARS like every day. It's a nice nude berry shade in Pigale. I love this shade. So I'm just going to pop this on my lips, and then I'm going to be done with this look. And we're done. This is my everyday look, guys.